I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I have it on mute, but I still have phone calls coming through. Hale just said on that last one, he just said that he obviously loves Shiloh, and when she's older, he'll find her and, like, tell her that that's the case. I feel like for anyone that's had a mother that's toxic, they kind of know, you know, when you're young, you don't really understand it. When you're older, you see through a lot of the things that's happened. But yeah, I'm sorry that just paused. It sucks. I would write a letter to Instagram. I'm afraid they'd probably be like, oh, that page just, like, slid through the cracks again. So, yeah. Alright. I'll just wait. I think wait for these people to get on and then I'll start again. She actually has, like 37 followers on this one. So she's been reading that long. People are probably like, oh my god, get on here and watch this nut job. Yeah, Hale is just like Mel. I know, what a fucking dickhead. Yeah. The poor bird though. I feel like we need to have a proof of life sent for the bird. Okay, I'm pressing play now. Let's go.
And then you find out that they're talking shit behind your back? No, she's not here. If she was here, I wouldn't be talking like this, guys. I'm a little bit more fucking mature than that. But he doesn't fucking love her. I know that for a fact. She is safe at my parents' house, getting all the affection she needs. And he does not fucking love her. I can tell you that much right now. I don't care how.
She knows nobody's going to actually believe the abuse card, so now it's all about how he doesn't love Shiloh because he's leaving, like trying to guilt trip him.
I'm seen. I don't care how I'm seen right now by you guys, okay? Because I have literally been emotionally neglected for months. And I'm so done. I'm so happy to be leaving right now. That's the sad part. I'm really happy to be leaving. Because I have put aside so fucking much for this fucking man who won't go to fucking therapy while he's in transition, but yet wants to blame me for being abusive. How am I abusive when oh God. Hi. You okay, Bubs? You okay, Bubs? What'd you do? What'd you do? What happened? Oh, the trash can fell over? It's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. It's just the trash can lid. And this man busted through the bedroom door and hit me in the shoulder with it, ran it over my foot, and then had the nerve to try and make me out to be the abusive one. I'm not doing it anymore. I have been blamed for this shit for so long, and I've been putting up with so much secretly and hiding it from you guys. Just like I did the last fucking time. Because I really thought that he was going to keep his promise and go to fuck.
So now she's saying that she's been hiding stuff from everyone because to, like, protect him. So this will be interesting what's going to come out of these stories in the coming weeks. Oh.
Fucking therapy while he was in transition. And he's not. So you know what? It's not my fault. But was his reaction to me peacefully packing my shit and talking to a friend about it wrong? Yes. Yes, that was wrong. You can't convince me it wasn't. You don't bust through a door and get mad at somebody for talking about their fucking feelings. That's not normal. You can't say it is. That's so abnormal. That is not good behavior. The rest of your life for all I care. Because
we got another one. Where are we up to? I think it's this one. Oh man, it's so crazy.
Lying fuck. I don't. Because I just sat there and got screamed at, and I have several friends that can vouch for that. Because I was on the phone with all of them when it happened. If someone is peacefully packing their stuff and leaving the house, you do not then go and abuse them. There is no excuse for that. Absolutely fucking none. And if any of you are trying to make the case for him that that was okay, please unfollow me. I don't need that in my life. I really don't. Now, I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna leave him a towel because that's how fucking nice I am. Even though I paid for everything in this fucking house. And yet he has the nerve to complain about, oh, Courtney used me for rent. Get the fuck out of here. I keep the lights on. I keep everything on for you. So yeah, no, I'm not going to be blamed for that shit. You guys can talk shit all you want. I don't care. I really don't anymore. I am so fucking tired of exhausting myself. And I've been a bitch at work because of it. Anyone can ask a single coworker of mine how the last couple months has been. I guarantee you, a lot of those people are going to say Courtney was really, really unstable when she first started. Because I fucking was. I was so fucking stressed out about not being fucking loved. That's really fucking sad, guys. That I was so upset about not being loved that I was taking it out on people, okay? So yeah, no, I don't feel bad about this right now. And I should not feel bad about it. I should be rejoicing in the fact that I am finally able to start over completely with my daughter actually getting attention. The only thing he did with her was buy her shit. That's not love. Love is not buying shit for people. Love is emotionally being there for the people that you care about. And he's not. He hasn't been for a very long time. And that's why I've been depressed and why I've been so stressed the hell out all the time. So yeah, no. I really don't care. People can say all they want about it. I really don't give a shit. But the fact that I literally had to get on live. Hold on one second. I'm gonna share a screenshot from my friend so that you guys know that I'm actually telling the truth.
Oh, this will be good. Oh, I'll post this on the page. It says,
I don't even know if you guys can see this, but there she is asking me, do you want me to call the cops after we were on the phone for 10 minutes? Okay? She asked me, do you want me to call the cops? Okay?
Apparently that's her proof that he's abusing her.
Like, I'm not kidding. I just fucking dealt with the stupidest bullshit ever. That is not an adult's way to act, okay? Adults will talk through their issues. They will not scream and bust through the fucking door at somebody who's trying to peacefully pack their stuff. The fact that I'm actually having to address this right now is unreal. He never loved her. He never fucking did. If he loved her, he would not have treated me the way that he treated me. This is why abuse is so normalized, is because there are literally people getting upset with me right now over the way that I handled that situation. But honestly, that was the best way I could have handled that situation. Okay? I handled that really fucking well. All things fucking considering. You don't push a door on people. Can I do a recap? Yes. So I come home because
she's really banging on about this door, like, push the door over my foot. Oh my god.
As I was at work doing a service day. I was doing like a spa day, okay? And I was okay last night because I thought he was actually healthy, and he's fucking not. He texted me while I was at work and accused me of messing with his stuff, and then said he was gonna take all the presents that he gave me over the last couple years back. The camera he bought me for my birthday, all of that shit, that he was just gonna take it back. That is not an okay thing, okay? You don't just take things back that you gifted to people. He was doing that out of spite. That is spite, and that is not okay. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and accept that is like my fault. No, it's not. I came home to peacefully pack my stuff, and when I came home, I called a friend to talk through it because I was so nervous about being in the house alone with him, because I didn't know whether or not he was going to try to talk to me. I didn't want to be alone, so I asked my dad if he could stay on the phone. He couldn't, so I called my friend Cheyenne, and I was talking with her for 10 minutes about the situation and about how I was feeling, and he busted through the door and got mad that I was talking to a friend about how I was feeling. You can't sit there and put limits on people and say that people are not allowed to talk. That's toxic as fuck. That's toxic as fuck. You can't say it's not. You don't get to just tell people you're not allowed to talk about your feelings. Get the fuck out of here. This is why so many of you guys end up in abusive relationships, because you like normalize it. And I'm not like accusing anyone right now, but like seriously, this is why females stay in relationships like this, because people get on the girl about, why are you acting crazy? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? No, she's taking her fucking independence back, okay? She's getting out of a situation that was very unhealthy to her. All of this shit is mine. I have no reason to sit here and yeah, no. I'm not gonna be fucking blamed. I just got literally a door opened on me.
Fucking no.
Adults do not handle themselves physically over emotional things that they're dealing with. That's abuse. It's abuse. It's very cut and dry, black and white, no ifs about it. It's abuse. If you do not handle yourself,
it's abuse. So she said, this is the only time I could afford it because of how much I pay along with Shy's gifts, and she knew this. But I maybe paid $2,500 to spoil the fuck for her birthday. She has gotten spoiled year round. He opened a door, can you believe that? Abused the door he pays for. Oh god. It's like, like part of me feels so bad because I'm laughing, but like what can you do? Like, you're either gonna laugh about it or cry about it. I don't know. But like I get, like, you know, obviously it's hard for Hale to like watch it, but at the same time it's like I don't know whether to be disgusted or laugh, because some of the stuff is just so fucking ridiculous. Oh, all right, let's play the last one. It's only 3 minutes on this one.
Which is funny. What are you gonna do with this huge ass house? You're being selfish. You're being spiteful. This is what I'm saying. If he cared about Shiloh at all, he would not be kicking his wife and child, who he's still legally married to, out of the fucking house and making them homeless. God, guys, like, come on, use your fucking brains, bro. Use your brains. It's not that hard. It's actually very easy to understand. And I'm sorry that I'm getting frustrated.
So I'm guessing that when Courtney claimed in October that she was making $100,000 a year, that was bullshit. I need to know the answer to this question, because I'm guessing if she can't pay towards rent, then she's not making that much. I'm sorry. Choking on Skittle juices.
Frustrated, but That's the fucking truth. This is why so many females stay in relationships like that. Because everyone normalizes it like it's just, oh, well, just stick it out. I'm sure you'll be okay. Oh, well, it'll get better. No, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it won't. And you have to encourage that poor girl to get out before her mental health is wrecked. I need to get out for me, okay? I need to separate.
Yeah, in October. I think it was like October or something she said. Maybe it was earlier than that. But she was saying, that she makes $100K a year now.
For me. And I tried to peacefully do that. And now he's started this. So, yeah. I'm getting the fuck out. And he can enjoy all of this shit himself because I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm really fucking not. As much as you guys want to believe, oh, Hale was healthy, Hale was this. No. No. Because I was not being emotionally cared for the last 6 months. He slept in his bed all fucking day from the time he got home until 2:45 when he had to get ready for work. When he was home watching Shiloh, he wasn't playing with her. He was leaving her upstairs to watch TV by herself. That is not normal parenting.
That's exactly what Courtney does with Shiloh since forever. And then yells at her when she leaves her room.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really irritated over the fact that I'm like literally kind of being put in this spot where I feel like you guys are blaming me for this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no. If that's not healthy, you can't tell me it is.
Yeah, actually, Hale does work nights, so of course he's going to sleep during the day. Oh my God.
So am I packing all my stuff peacefully? Yeah.
Oh, she said peacefully again.
Because I deserve way fucking better than this shit. He said it was going to be a break. Turns out a break means forever. So why the fuck even tell me it was a break? That's the thing. I'm not doing this game. I'm not playing this game with anyone anymore. I'm not. I'm tired of the game.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks.
Oh, and that was
the end of it. Which is funny. What?
That was the end of it. She didn't even give anyone any warning. She just left. But, yes, wild. That is the whole of the live. I've got to wait to see if we have more of today's live. I can imagine, I can imagine it's going to get worse. So if I was to predict, oh my God. If I was to predict what's going to happen, I said it before, I really think that what will happen is this is not even the angry side. Like, yeah, she sounds angry in this, but, like, we all know that this is not breakup angry. Like, she still hasn't come to terms. I think she's going to end up, like, she's mad right now, but then it's going to go back into this whole, I was ungrateful. Like, she's going to realise what she's done. And then she's going to be like, oh, no, I was ungrateful and this and that. And she'll just pretend like he didn't abuse her with opening the door now. Like, that's a thing of the past. Like, not that I think that's abuse because that's beyond ridiculous. But I think that she'll just pretend like that never happened. And it'll be, I'm sorry. You did so much for us. I was ungrateful. We've seen it before. Like, it was exactly the same. It was like they broke up. And then it was he'd come around and smoke with her. And then, she was, like, begging for him to come back. And then she did the Post-it notes. And when the Post-it notes were not received well, which, I mean, obviously, if you've got another girlfriend and you did the post-it notes thing. That is so psycho. Could you imagine being the new girlfriend and, you know, like you come out to your boyfriend's car and it's covered in post-it notes from some fucking psychopath? That would be terrified. That'd be terrifying. So I don't feel like this is actually the angry bit that we're going to see. I think there's going to be one more case of her begging for him to come back, and then it's going to get really angry. But, I mean, I don't know if Hale, no matter what you felt or what you went through, I do not think that you'd be able to come back from this, honestly. But when she yelled at the bird, I know, I was like, it's so hard because I'm like, don't laugh. Like, this is someone's real life and this bitch is making their life hell. But then when she got out and yelled at the bird, I'm like, fuck me dead. Like, I just don't know. I just feel like he's going to go to pick up his shit and the bird's just going to be like sitting on a stick plucked. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. It's funny though, because everyone will be like everyone's gonna be like, yep, Hale's a catch, but like, could you, like, that's the only baggage that Hale has is the ex-girlfriend. Like, it's the only downfall is his ex-girlfriend's an absolute psycho. Yeah, but she left you a towel. That's how nice she is. Like, I know that Hale's convinced the bird is okay for now, but I feel like someone needs to go and do a wellness check. Can you get a wellness check on a bird over there? Oh, it's so bad. Abby, are you still on here? Does anyone know if she's still alive or if she's done? Yeah, bird's about to look like Abby's cat. So I reckon as well it's going to be Lewis II. I'm trying to read it. No, she'll like have something. Oh, there she is. Is she on live still or is she done? Yeah. Well, I'm actually really concerned for the bird. Like, I'm really concerned for the bird. I don't know. It's funny, like, how she feels about Hale and how she feels about the bird, so it goes hand in hand. Like, one minute she's like, oh, it's kind of cute. Every time I walk out, it's like, what? And next minute she's like, fuck off, no one wants you here. Oh, honestly. She probably... Has the bird had its wings chopped? What if it ends up having, like, trimmed or whatever they do to birds so they don't fly away? She'll probably go and throw it out in front of oncoming traffic. Oh, I hope you're not too attached to the bird already. It's probably... The birds probably... When they get stressed and they start pulling out their feathers. Oh, I hope the bird's okay. Oh. I'm not abusive, gaslights the bird. Oh my God. It's so bad. And I don't mean to laugh at the situation. I feel like we're all on the same page though. It's like, oh. Honestly, Hale, if you don't laugh about it, you're going to cry. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking, Abby. The sad thing is we're only somewhat joking because we are worried for the bird. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Oh, it can't fly at all. Oh, shit. That was probably its best chance. Yeah, the baby thing was the biggest concern for me. Like, I think that would have been horrendous. Because that's a baby that's going to be held over your head for the rest of your life. But I don't understand. She's sitting there and she's like, oh, you know, we're starving. Like, I had to not eat to make sure Shiloh could eat. And then But yet she's got a GoFundMe to have a baby. What? I really hope she's not saying that shit in front of Shiloh or to Shiloh, like saying that, you know, that you don't love her, because that was not... Yeah. It's a hard one, though, because, like, obviously, you owed her a baby. Fucking what? Oh. When you met her, did she come across crazy, or is that like a slow progression? Because, I mean, we see her and she's always been crazy. So we've always sort of known since back when we've sort of, and like not just being crazy. Sorry, I'm sure you missed at the same time. She held her transition hostage for a baby. She did. Oh, that's fucked. Yes, and immediately asked her to delete it. Is that like the GoFundMe? Sorry, I'm trying to read at the same time. Yeah, because that's what I think. Yes! Where is Judy? Judy's probably sleeping because it's a shit time over there. We'll see Judy in about 6 hours. My God. Yeah, that's fucked. Did anyone actually donate to the GoFundMe? I haven't, I seen it, but that was a while back, and I didn't really think anyone was crazy enough to. I really don't know how she had any, Brienne. I just don't know how she has any supporters left. You know, like, I feel like she pushed so many of her friends away, and I don't think even the people that she pushed away was so much because, I don't feel like it was because, you know, they didn't believe her. I think they were just sick of hearing about it. You know, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, well, you know, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk about it. I'm just saying that, you know, if you've been with someone in such an abusive situation, instead of like, you know, throwing it on friends, like that's what you get a psychiatrist for, so you can like talk through those issues. And it's okay to talk to close friends, but when you're constantly, that's all you talk about. Like, I'm not even friends, you know, we're not friends in the slightest, and just watching the stuff that I get sent, like, it's overwhelming. So could you imagine being one of her friends and every time we run into her she's like, oh, Mel this, Mel that, Mel this, Mel that. Like, that would be absolutely, I don't know, like, it would just be so draining, and I feel like people would avoid it. And for her to sit there and say, well, you know, people like just don't want to talk to me anymore, I lost a heap of friends because I was always talking about, that goes to show something. Like, I get you want to like talk about your abuse or whatever, but, you know, she's just totally discredited herself now by going live and saying that Hale was abusive towards her. She's now discredited everything she said about Mel, because people are going to be like, well, we all know what Hale's character is like. Obviously, you know, so, and I know, like, Hale has said himself, no, Mel definitely was abusive, but to people from the outside that don't see all that information, they're going to be like, well, maybe Mel wasn't abusive either, because we know Hale's not, like, he's just not that way. So, like, how much of it can we believe if she's saying he's abusive and neglectful and all that sort of stuff? I want to get the concern that Hale said. How did she plan to get pregnant? Just show up one day and be like, Hale, I'm pregnant. Oh my God. Yeah, how can she say she supports you? Basically took credit for you coming out and finding yourself, but then holds it over your head like that. So true. She doesn't have supporters, it's just people watching the train wreck. That's what I think too. I really don't think any of the people that watch this actually support her because, you know, we've seen it happen. Like, I understand, you know, you have the first marriage and it's like, okay. I mean, that guy, he ran fast. Like, he didn't even, you know, it's not that he didn't want Shiloh either. Like, he just didn't want the problem that came with it, you know, and obviously he was in the military and stuff. So it was a bit easier for him to get away from the situation because of that, for that reason. But I mean, she came out and said the same things about him, that he was abusive, he neglected her and whatnot. I think the pregnancy thing was having more leverage against Hale as well. Absolutely. Ew. Well, the biggest thing that I was worried about was, that's horrible. She would warn me that she might not be attracted to men. So, whether you're going to be using, I'm just reading some messages coming down. It makes me so sad. My biggest concern was obviously if you were to use Courtney's eggs and then you raise a baby and then she's like, well, you know, you don't have any biological connection to this child, and then she's the one that's in charge. See, I don't know how it works in America. Like, obviously in Australia, a lot of it is to do with, like, you know, the DNA tests, like who the actual bio parents are. And obviously the way it works is, like, you know, you'd be either using one eggs or the other eggs. Really? I got peach fuzz on my cheek and she acted so gross about it. What did she say? I hope she wasn't, like, saying anything bad about you having peach fuzz when she's got that fucking neck tattoo that looks like she's a burn victim. Like, stop it. And that was so mean of me to say that, but shit. Yeah. If you're legally married, the other parent goes on the birth certificate. So if it comes down to court, is there... Oh, really? They had to shave ASAP. That's fucked. I don't understand there. Like, she's like, I'm not attracted to men. But then on the live, she was like, see, I always ask him, are you sure you're not a man? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, look, I was right. And then she acted so, like, self-righteous about it. And now she's like, oh, well, I'm not attracted to men. Like, oh. Yeah. Exactly, Tiara. That's abuse, Hale. She likely saw you as being attractive and was trying to take that. And she can't handle, she just does not handle that other people feel positive about you. Like that, you know. She tried to pluck it and I told her to stop. Yes, grow a beard. Do it. It looks like she has permanent rugby on her neck. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was. I thought, you know, when you go to get a tattoo and they draw that ink stuff on and then they transfer it on the paper and it's that blue-purple colour, that's what I thought it was. I didn't think that was a finished job. Yeah, so you're a male and she knows this and she's telling you to shave ASAP and she's gross about you. Yeah, so basically... this is what annoyed me. She went on about, I'm trying to read the comments at the same time, but I remember she went on about Hale, saying, you know, I'm sure that he wants to be a man or whatever, and then was like, she did like a live or something. Was it a live, guys? And she was like, I kept saying to him, like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she's like, and now he said that he is, and she makes a big deal about it, and then, you know, supports him, says she supports him, and then when he went to take testosterone, she was like, no, that she's not attractive to men. Like, what game are you playing? What sort of fucking game is that? Yeah, she's very jealous, yeah, for sure. Yep. Oh, man. Anyone else generally thinks she's transphobic? I think, yeah. I think she, like, half of her is she wants to be, like, this woke, forward person, you know, forward-thinking person, and then the other half of it is just, I don't know. Only when it suits her. Yeah, I know. She took full credit for transitioning, and then she's just horrible. I don't know. I think it's going to be, like, alright, what do you guys think the next thing's going to be? Like, do you think it's going to be she's going to turn around and, like, start the begging, or do you think she's just going to stay on the mad trail? Like, I really think it's going to go back to begging and I'm sorry's, and then she'll be like, you're this, that, or whatever. You know, it was like when she was with Mel and she's like, oh, I found out that he, like, abused a little girl and this, and she said that she found, and we're all like, well, why were you with him if he was abusing another, like, that little girl? Remember when she posted the pictures of that little girl's bottom, and she was all smacked, and apparently Mel's girlfriend at the time, and Mel had, like, spanked this little girl so badly, like, her bottom was, like, red raw. And it kind of annoyed me because, like, the dad was the one that reported Mel, not the mother. Like, the dad was the one that reported Mel. And then, you know, Courtney's sitting there going, I'm friends with the mum and she showed me this and whatever. And I'm like, if you read the police report, the mum was in on it. Like, she was the one smacking as well. So I don't understand why that mum, now that she's broken up with Mel, is like, oh, he was abusive to my child. You both were abusing it. Am I getting this wrong, or am I right with this? Like, I feel like I read in the article that it was Mel and the mum were taking turns at smacking this child. And when the child went back to the dad's house, the dad noticed bruises on her bottom. And that's when, like, he took her to the hospital or the police or whatever, and they took pictures of that. And then Courtney later uploaded those pictures of that baby's bottom on her story. Because I remember when it all happened, Courtney was actually following the whole truth, remember? And she sent me those pictures and she's like, look, upload this. And I had to, like, cross out the baby's bottom because I'm like, I'm not posting that. Alright, good night. If there's any more on here, you'll be able to see it. It's, I know it's super late though. I know it have to be late because it's, like, almost 5 o'clock here. And I think I started at 2. That's bad. Here we are making fun of Juliana, and I'm on here for, like, 3 hours. It said both of them. That's what I thought, Abby. I knew it was both. And then I'm like, okay, so she's made friends with the mum, and she's exploiting Mel for what he did, but why would you be friends with the mum who's also abused this child? Like, they did that together. Like, there's no innocence. She was just obviously just as toxic if she's all a part of it. But she was like, oh, you know, and we were all like, well, why did you stay with him? And she's like, oh, I only found that out after we broke up. It was hidden in a cupboard at the back of the closet or something. And it's like, okay, so you've been living with someone for however long. Why would they bring paperwork of them abusing someone and then hide it in the back of the cupboard? Like, you think they just throw it out, wouldn't they? Why would they keep that sort of paperwork? I don't know. That's just how I look at it. I feel like she knew about it. Maybe he told her a different story about what really happened and she was like, oh, okay. So she, like, believed it. Before she officially did that, she's hella going to beg. I think so too. Hale is hot and out of her league in every way. Yep. 110% going to beg. Yeah. She told him that he didn't even know who he was or something like that, and you could seriously see how much it hurt. I remember that. I think I still have that live saved somewhere. I'm going to try and pull it out, I think. She's only pro-transitioning when it can be used for content for her. Agree. It's all about the content. Yes. Okay, I'm reading them all now. I'm sorry. Fuck, so I was like, oh my god, it's like 1 a.m. I'm sorry, Danny. Child abuse is so triggering, and the fact that she just trying to blast Mel on the back of a little girl's trauma is telling as who she truly is. I was really upset by it because I just feel like she could have shared that story without using pictures of a little girl. You know, like, I just don't feel like it's anyone's, even the mother's place. She's like, oh, the mother was fine with it. It's still not the mum's place either to be blasting that just to prove a domestic violence case. Like, who would do that? I would not use someone else to use pictures of my kid's bottom to prove their domestic violence case. I just wouldn't. If you can't find it. Oh, okay, cool. That'd be really good, actually. She would try and treat me by, like, pinching me super hard around family and my 4 EDs. Did that really just do that? Sorry, I'm just trying to plug my phone. It's not charging. Oh, okay. I think that's charging now. Yeah, not sure she will. I think that for sure how, like, it's a hard one because if you put yourself in Hale's shoes, it's very hard to cut off contact with someone when you've, like, been raising a child with them for a long period of time. But also I feel like it's still the way it needs to go because we know that she's just going to use Shiloh over his head. Unless you can do, like, legally work out a way to be visiting Shy and stuff. Like, I don't know. That was the one thing, like, I don't think she realised what she does. Yeah. Court cut that off. When you say court, do you mean Courtney or do you mean court? Like, when you go to court. I want Shiloh more than anything, but I won't be bullied into a relationship. Yeah, you can't just stay for Shiloh. That's just, you're just going to end up drowning yourself with that. It's just never going to work. So do you have any grounds to get visitation with Shiloh? I mean, it's going to be hell no matter what. Courtney, yeah. That's what I was thinking, Lakin's mummy. She says, I think Hale would possibly be able to ask the courts for visitation if they're married and it's been raising her. I agree. I really think that's a way that you'd have to go. It would be very hard, though, because you know she's going to be toxic throughout the whole thing. Like, even handovers, it might be something that you'd have to, like, organise the courts where she drops her off at daycare and then you pick her up from daycare so you don't actually see each other. But, like, it's not going to matter. I feel like it's going to be, this is just her doing a thing. It's going to be her crying over, like, the next, there'll be a few days where I'll be, like, crying and I'm sorry and I want you back and I was ungrateful, the stuff we've seen before. And then I think after that it's going to be the crazy shit that we've seen before as well. So, like, driving past your house, going to your house, throwing things at your house, kidnapping your bird, cooking your bird. I've been hurt by a parent like Charlotte, and that's why, as much as she needs me, but I need her too. Yeah. It's a hard one. It's so hard. I feel for Shy. Like, she's a beautiful kid, and she's just, she really reminds me of, what's her face? She reminds me of Jen's little girl, because she just goes with the flow and she does what she's told and she's just always quiet because she knows she just has to blend in and, you know what I mean, like, not pull attention to her. That's what makes me sad. It reminds me of Jen's kid. Just goes with the flow, moves wherever she's told to move. Doesn't matter, like, she's had so many people that are in her life as a parent. Yeah. The best thing Hale can do is record and document things. I know, yeah. Everything needs to be written down. I mean, we'd probably, definitely outdoor cameras, absolutely. Oh, God, yes. I would probably just be, like, moving. I'm sorry. I know right now is, like, the worst time to move because of how everything is, but shit. Definitely get cameras to, like, cover yourself. Same with your car. Like, I don't know if your car's locked up. Does anyone know, so she's live now? Abby, do you know if she's definitely off live? Has she posted anything else, or? Yeah. I definitely think you need to, like, look at that as soon as you can. You know, just talking about visitation and stuff, and just, you know, like, I don't think you have to even, I don't know how it's going to go. Like, I can see you saying, you know, if you put out a thing saying you want a visitation, I could see her trying to put a restraining order on you so that it would keep you away from her. Yeah. I'd definitely try for visitation then. I think it's really important. I think so. You know what, Ashley, I honestly think with her record that they wouldn't believe a single thing she says because of what she has done in the past. Yeah. I mean, you look at, like, even if a judge watched this whole live, they'd just be like, fuck. You know, she's walking around, she's muttering to herself, so it sounds like the crazy cat lady, yelling at a bird. You know, I'm a nice person though because I left a towel. Sorry, what? Yeah. Horrible things she said and done to you. She's never been great to Shiloh though. Like, let's face it, we've seen some pretty shitty behaviour. I mean, since Hale's been around though, we've seen a lot better behaviour towards, like, she would never go live and, like, yell at Shiloh like she used to. Get the towel she paid for. Yeah. Yeah. No. If there's anything that you do in this whole situation, you definitely should try and get some sort of visitation for Shiloh. If you've got something in place, then at least if stuff does go bad with her, because I can imagine her being in a rehab soon for, like, mental health, at least you'll get Shiloh. But you need to get something in place before you get... I don't know what she's going to do. I can imagine she'll just try and hold Shiloh over your head. But it's going to get worse. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse before it's going to get better. So, like, at least now, just keep you cool all the time. It's going to be hard. It's tough. I mean, all breakups are really tough, but I can't even imagine what it's like having a kid involved in it. Especially one that, you know, is probably in danger without, you know, having you around. Yeah, Shiloh will resent her for it. Absolutely. I mean, the only reason Shiloh's dad didn't stay in her life was because he couldn't handle Courtney. That was the only reason. He just could not handle the drama. Like, she always held Shiloh over his head, and in the end, he went. And I think that's what he needed too, was for her to be in other relationships and then her to be totally over him before he could even try to get back in Shi's life. You know, she was just too much for him. She's going to make it so bad. Yeah. I can't imagine a judge being like, oh, well, you know, and then not wanting you guys to have contact with Shi, because it's not just you, it's also, like, all of your family. They all love her. You know, like, it's not just Courtney. I mean, I think even Courtney's parents would have to agree that she needs you in her life. I don't know, I'm worried. Like, I feel like tomorrow I'm going to wake up and it's going to be like I woke up today. Like, I watched this last night and I thought, oh, God, I hope he doesn't fall for this stuff, you know. I thought I'll in the morning I'll put on a link and I'll send it to everyone. And then when I woke up this morning and there was, like, because I only got home last night, like, 2 o'clock in the morning from our holiday. And I woke up and there was, like, heaps of tags. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I thought, oh my God, she's so angry. Yeah. I mean, her parents have tried to get custody a couple of times of Shiloh. Like, more than once they've tried to, just said she's better off, you know, staying here while you sort things out. I mean, she was ready to give Shi up in a heartbeat when she thought that when Mel said he didn't want her there. She was, like, took her straight to her parents to look after her, and, like, her parents were happy with that. Like, that's what they wanted to happen. And then she tried to make out later that it was like, oh no, she only went to stay with my parents so I could leave Mel. But we know that's not true, because this all happened literally before she was begging for him back. Like, I think the thing is, I don't even know if she knows what's reality anymore. And I think we just watched it tonight. You know, she's on this live and she's just repeating the same stuff over and over, and she's like muttering the same stuff over and over. It's like she's trying to convince herself that this is what happened, and she says it over and over so that all of a sudden that becomes her truth. Yeah. Ouch. Your parents would let you see Shire. They wouldn't want the wrath of Courtney, I don't think. I think that Courtney's parents absolutely love Hale, but they also don't want her drama. And that's exactly... That is so shit, yeah. Step parents have very little rights in court, unfortunately. Coming from one who is constantly bullied by my stepkid's bio dad, you'd need a shark of a lawyer, and a girl would likely get involved. Jail would likely get involved. Was there ever a time... So Ash just said, was there ever a time your parents liked Courtney, or did they sense issues from the jump? And then they said they would, but they would respect Court also. They also keep peace on the scene, absolutely. I wish her parents did that. Oh. I think that's what her thing is too, though, is everybody... Oh, hey, Michaela. I think that's the problem, is everyone absolutely loves Hale, and so now she's got to try and paint this picture that he's like, and like demonize him so that he looks like he's the bad guy, you know what I mean? Try and turn people... And that's what she does, though. Like, she's done the same thing to Hale by saying to Hale, you know, your mum and dad, you know, is just saying that they don't like him, and just shitty stuff like that. Just that, you know, that toxic stuff that people say is like a real low blow attempt to upset someone and make them like doubt themselves. And that's so shitty. This is the problem is, though, I don't think she counted on you being so secure with yourself. And so now, you know, when you're saying stuff like, oh, your parents don't love you, and this and that and whatever she was saying, like, she knows that you don't believe it. Because obviously they're all there supporting you right now, and they're, you know... It's hard too, Ash, because, like, you think about friends that you've had, you know, and they're in bad relationships, and you tell them, like, it's a bad relationship, but you got to kind of just write it out because they're your friend and you don't want to lose a friend. And that's the same thing, like, they don't want to... With Hale, like, obviously they knew that Courtney was bad news, she was toxic, she's poisonous, but at the same time, like, Hale, they need him to learn that for himself. Like, they can only guide you so much without being pushy, and everyone has to learn on their own. Like, how many times have any of us been in a bad relationship where you go back and you go back and you go back, and then you finally learn for yourself? It doesn't matter what anyone says to you, you have to learn it for yourself. Yeah, that was pretty shit. That was horrible saying that. My stepmom had to take anxiety pills when she come over. I should not laugh at shit. Like, honestly, I have to, like, just to watch the lives, I have to medicate with food. Like, I just ate almost an entire bag of Skittles. That's fucked. Yeah. I just don't think she's going to have a single person on her lives that she's going to be able to convince that you're the bad guy. Like, I'm sorry. All the people that are on there, that there's no one even commenting on there. Like, even at the end, there was 38 followers. I think it started off with, like, 18 or something, and there was no one really commenting. They were sort of, except for that Sam, whoever. And I don't think she even commented. I think she just joined the live, and Courtney's like, "Wow! Oh my God, you'll never believe this." What was she throwing away or getting rid of when she said he won't need these anymore because he's not a dad? Were they like slippers or something with like dad, best dad or something written on them? That's what I thought. It might have been something like that. I think it was like dad slippers. I'm probably totally wrong. I thought I'd seen like plaid. The person caught told on the live to block me because I'm like Mel. Is Mel not C and is still messaging me? Oh, is Mel's ex? There were slippers that said Papa Bear. I thought they were slippers. Wait on, what did you say? The person caught Tommy to live on the live to block me because I'm like Mel is Mel's ex. So that was the first girl who she said was shut. I forget what the name was that she said is Mel's ex. What was the name she said? I can't remember what the name. Drinking and peeing. Oh, come on, man. You're going to get everyone excited again. To get the hose out and all the ladies in the comment. Throwing the bird away because Hale isn't a dad. She's pissed at Courtney now. Taylor, that's what she said. She said Taylor. Because the other girl that was on there was that Sam, and she came on, she's like, Sam joined the chat. She's like, Sam, did I tell you what he said? And Sam's probably like, what? What's happening? I don't understand. Interesting. Even his ex that he abused is mad at her. Yeah. Look, I'll tell you, like, even the people that did support her, I'm not sure how she has anyone left, because there was one person that's actually come on my page now, and they'd messaged her and was like, oh my God, like, because they didn't know what our page was. And they'd messaged her and was like, oh my God, have you seen this video on YouTube? And it was like one of the videos I'd done. And then this person was like going, oh my God, like I think they said something like, oh, this is when that page was about, right? And they said, oh, they did a good job of like pretending to be you. And then she started going off at this person who was like there in support for her. And then that person ended up coming and joining the page because they were like, okay, she's fucked. But she doesn't realise her tone that she uses with people. And I think that a lot of people, maybe it's just how she's so dramatic about everything, and it's so like highly strung, and it's just too much for people. People are like, oh, okay, I've had enough of this. And I think she doesn't realise that the people that support her, she's scaring them away too, because... Hale, did your family see the comment she made about cancer being karma? I think we discussed this too before, Ashley, because Hale's stepmom is actually a cancer survivor, a breast cancer survivor too, I think. So that's pretty fucking rough for her to sit there and say, oh, makes me angry. I gotta give it to you though. I don't know how you lasted this long. I'm sorry. I don't know how you lasted this long. Yes, and mum own fucking and my own. I don't know if you're shaking because you're mad or if you're drunk. It's really hard to read your comments. My own stepmom had breast cancer and had a whole mastectomy. Yeah, I thought it was breast cancer as well. Yes, she did, Ashley. Yuck. Yucky poo. You can't sit there and say that someone is sane that could not get the correlation between the two and think, oh, that would be inappropriate to write. Like, I can't even imagine. But she's like, she served him all fucking aces. Like, oh. That probably was the sickest thing I've ever seen in all the time that I have been on Instagram, I think that's the sickest thing I've seen from anyone at all. Yeah, but you can't fix people. You can't fix people that are like that. Like, I used to be like that. You know, you date someone and go, oh my God, they're so broken, I can fix them. I have not fixed a single one. The thing is, as soon as this is done for, she'll meet this is the thing with Courtney. Once she's done begging for Hale back and then accusing him of abuse and then telling everyone in their town, anyone that'll listen, that he's abusive, and she'll finally go back onto whatever she was, she'll go onto like a dating site. Today was pretty gross. I think it's going to get worse, though, Abby. I don't think this is... Yeah. I mean, I think that the cancer one... Today was... Yeah, it was probably the worst that we've seen. I think the cancer one was just more shocking, not because it was anything to do with Mel and Mel being sick, but just it was shocking to say that cancer could be karma when so many people are affected by it. There's so many people that... Like, I think all of us know someone that's, passed from cancer or had cancer, and I just think it's such a shitty thing to say. It's not just, like, attacking Mel, it's attacking anyone that's ever had cancer, if that makes sense. Yeah, this family will welcome Charlotte with open arms anytime. I think what's going to happen is, once she's done with all this shit, then she'll start dating someone else. It'll be the same thing, though. Charlotte will be conditioned to treat that person as if that they were her dad, and then the whole cycle is going to start again. Imagine someone she knew had cancer and the roles were reversed. Courtney would be going absolutely apeshit, blasting everywhere. Exactly. Yeah, She would lose it. She would lose it if anyone said that to her. She takes everything out of context. Like, who remembers when I did that thing and I was like, oh my God, am I being offensive? Because I really don't know if I'm being offensive. I was down her throat for 2 days for that. The cancer thing. Oh, I hope so. But, like, I did a thing, people were asking for, like, a backstory on Courtney. I did a backstory on Courtney, and I was like, okay. And, like, it's hard. And I don't really understand these things. Like, how, like, America is a lot more forward with, like, people coming out and, like, transitioning and stuff. Like, I don't know anyone personally. My brother is gay. And so that's, like, the closest that I have to, like, the LGBTQ community. So I don't really understand, like, transitioning and stuff. So if anyone wants to pull me up, like, I'll always be open for people to pull me up, because I don't, understand what's okay, what's not okay. Sometimes I say things not to be nasty, but because I don't understand that it is okay or it's not okay. And I think, when I was doing the story about Hale and trying to explain that, when she met Hale, Hale was not Hale, like, she met a woman at the time, they got together, they got married, and, I was explaining it in the way that it occurred. So I was like, she met this girl named Haley, and they got married, and then blah, 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 and then, like, told that story. And then she was like, how dare you dead name someone? I'm like, what? What do you mean dead name someone? Like, I would not, if you look up the definition of dead naming, it's like, if you were to say for instance, if someone in Hale's life was to call him, like, if I was refusing to call Hale Hale and I was just calling Hale by his last name, that's what dead naming is. Like, if you're refusing to acknowledge that they've transitioned, that, which is not what's going on here. I'm just trying to tell a story, and it's really hard to do that backstory without mentioning, like, his previous name. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, like, and I was like, what the hell, what are you talking about? I wasn't dead naming anyone. And that's what she does. She, like, takes things and she takes them out of context and she twists them, and it's things that you're not meaning to be offensive and you're not meaning to be any particular way. I don't know how to explain it, but I was just like, what the fuck? And then I said to the girls, I'm like, did I do something? Like, have I done something wrong? Like, did I do this wrong? Like, it's very hard to understand. Sorry, I'm just reading these things. I just read like a comment that came down from the TWT admin, and I'm laughing so hard because I can't read all of it. But I'm like, before, the girls from the admin are like, oh, we need to calm these Hale lovers down. We need to get the hose out, like, and the admin's probably the worst. They've all decided they're going to be Hale's sister wives. It's very hard, like, and I hate when people say things, you know, like Ashley, like, you know, people will be like, oh, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I hate even trying to, like, explain stuff like that when you're not meaning it in a negative way at all. Like, I don't know. Did I just out you, Brennan? It's like, oh dear. Yeah, that's it. You're telling on us. I'm sorry. It's fine. These can be sister wives. I tried to find like a hose emoji, and all I could find was like ice things to throw at Jade to calm her down. Like, get out. All these married women, they're like throwing panties at my screen for Hale. I love it. Oh my gosh. Like, I do not like Mel. 100% believe he's such a bad person, and I'm very scared of her and very scared for her current girl, but one. Are you drunk, Hale? I can't understand what you're saying. I tried to watch Sister Wives, and it was so frustrating. I got it, but then I was like, oh, I think I only got through like the first, when Robin had just come along, and I was like, I just don't like the guy. The guy is just so douchey. I'm sorry, like, he's just a selfish douchey pig. So I'm like, I think he's tipsy, because I'm reading it and I'm like, oh my god, am I not reading correctly? Believe he's such a bad person and very scared of current girlfriend. No, you're gonna have to reiterate that one, I think. See, so when you guys were saying stuff like, Hale, take a shot every time she says the word peacefully or abuse, and like, he took it seriously, and now he's fucked off his face, and he can't read and he can't write because of what you've done. God. Sorry. Oh no, he's not even. Oh, with Mel, I know. Yeah, Mel's current girl. Yeah, Hale's blind. Take a shot every time Courtney fights with the bird and go. I thought there was other words. Bro, she used bro a lot. Peacefully a lot. The bird, tomorrow the bird's going to be like, instead of saying what and what are you doing, it's going to be like, abuse, peacefully. Like, bro. Oh no, that poor bird. What were the other words? There was another word that she said a lot. I can't even think of what it was. But yeah, definitely a good drinking game. So I'm just keen. I'm waiting for like the next one to come through. I don't know. Like, I don't think Hale's ever going to go back, obviously. Like, I know we all say that in a relationship. We go, we're never going back. That's my fucking bird. It's like me. It's gonna have a real cool vocabulary when you get it back. You have to teach her to be like, fuck off, Courtney. And then every time she comes to the house, you can just yell out the window at her when she drives past. No, I know. But you know how, like, when you go, oh, I was worried when you seen that first video, because I was going to send it to your stepmom. And I was going to be like, okay, maybe he shouldn't see this just yet until he's strong enough. And then within, like, I think it was, like, 8 hours, she fucking did a whole turnaround and was being psycho. So I'm like, oh, okay, probably doesn't matter now. Because that first one, she was like, oh, you know, he's not a bad person. Don't harass him. Don't be mean to him. No one was going to be mean to him. They're probably going to harass him with yeah. other stuff, but it's not going to be because they don't like him, okay? Oh, I need to, like, do something to my chair. It's so squeaky. Have a listen to it. Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm mentally fucked, but not that much. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he went through the whole thing with transitioning and then, you know, being with her at the same time. It would have been very strenuous. I can't even imagine. I think about it, I'm like, oh, I couldn't do it. My husband, like, he'll watch stuff with me. Like, he watched that cancer one. He was like, what a fucking cunt. Like, he can't even handle her in, like, a 5-minute patch where I'm listening to her go psycho. So I can't even imagine having to be married. Naked bird pics, that's right. I think Hale's next 5 pictures should be, like, nudes with, like, a strategically placed bird. Like, with just, like, the wing, like, spread out over bits and pieces. I reckon that'd be good. Your mum said, she will throat punch you or you will throat punch you. Throat punch. Fuck, what's wrong with me? See, everyone's saying we need to have the bird nudes. I'm telling you. You could start an OnlyFans with bird nudes. I think we know the answer to that, Ash. I can do that. Mum will throat punch me. I think you should just make an OnlyFans and you could have, like, the bird's going to be so over it. It'll start pulling its feathers out again. You could maybe braid. You could maybe, like, can you braid bird feathers together? I don't know. We could do something with bird feathers. Bird nude should have a peace sign peacefully. You're going to make me act up. Yes. Hold the bird to cover himself. Yep, absolutely. You could, like, you could do all sorts of things, really. Like, you could do the bird in the front. You stretch the wing across. You could, like, insert the bird into your butt crack so it's just covering enough, you know. She said I could post. You watch. Hal's stepmom's going to have the camera out. She'll just be the photographer, like, ooh, hate me, love me. It reminds me, you know that John Tucker Must Die? When she's like, John, hate me, John, love me, be mad at me, John. Mum, let us have this. Get your camera out. Oh, you need to get the camera back off Courtney. We totally support being an Indian giver if you get the camera back so you can take pictures. Go back to Courtney and be like, sorry, I will need that camera back because my fans need some bird nudes, okay? Yes. Yeah, she will. She absolutely will be the photographer. We know it. You need to have like an anonymous link and people can just like put the IDs in, or maybe you could do the Hale Divorce Fund and get people to donate money for nudes. A calendar, yes. Do that. A bird calendar. Could you imagine? I would want a bird calendar. Bird nudes. I love it. This convo did take a turn. Insert the bird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that could be dangerous. You probably need insurance for bird claws, but you know, maybe, I don't know if you could stretch a bird through there, so I thought if you just poked its legs down the butt crack, it might stay still for long enough to get a picture. Good night, my love. Yes. Yes. I'm going to do it with the bird. The bird is a prop. A calendar would be so... Oh, could you imagine? The calendar would be so good. Oh, I'd love it. I'm keen for this. Could you imagine too, though, like when she's like posting all this like boo-hoo and you just take pictures of your bird and your bits, and she'd just be like, I know. I feel so bad for you, Brienne, because you're like, oh, if it's only an hour, I could probably watch it. And we've been here for like 3 hours. I think it's been longer. I think it's like 3.5 hours. Like, I can't even make fun of Juliana ever again because it's bad. I should have had wine when we did this. The next one where she goes, because we know there's going to be another one. So the next one that she does, where she's a lunatic, I'm going to buy a bowl of wine and I'm going to have a sip for every time she says the code words. So we'll have to work out. Peacefully is definitely a hit. Abusive, narcissistic. What were some of the words that she said? And I'll write down all the things, and every time I'm just going to drink. Yes! Yes! Hal said he'll go live for the next one. How good will that be? That would be so good, actually. When we do the next psycho one, I'm going to get... I forget what name to use. Abby is going to send it to me. And we'll definitely do that. And we're going to have to find code words and drink. Definitely. It's going to be good. But I feel like we're all on the same page with Hale, and I think that you will definitely get through this. It's just going to be... I don't think today was the worst. Today was not the worst. Do you think, like, honestly, Hale, do you think today is the worst? Oh, we're doing that, though. We can edit the picture of her mocking and put the naked bird in it. Oh, my God, yes. Yes. I have to go back and find out which clip that was when she was doing that. She was just pulling the face. She looks like the naked bird. I was literally, oh, cool, I'll still go to bed early-ish, and you said, psych. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to jump off anyways, because I want to upload that thing of her doing what she's doing. And then, obviously, we've got to clip all of this together. I don't even know, were you able to still get the pictures of the comments, Abby, or was that gone when she went on her other phone? I feel like we need to send supplies to Abby, because she needs like 5 phones. She needs like a big desk and like a heap of phones and stuff, so she could be like recording, because we had like this freaking nutcase went live, and then we had Juliana going live, and we're trying to have conversations, and then all this stuff's happening. So I feel like Abby needs to have some she needs like a base. Oh dear. Alright, well anyway, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to try and get the psycho thing of her so you guys could like make a meme, or maybe we could do a competition where we find like a cartoon character and then we like put her voice on the background of it, maybe. I don't know. We'll try and work something out that'll be nice and fun, because I have the rest of today off still. My husband's still playing video games. He's just been sitting here patiently playing while I'm on here. Oh no, that's okay. Well, these are going to save anyway, and I think what I'll do is I'll just lump them all together. Like I have to go back and actually screen record them again, which is so bad. So I have to screen record like our conversation that we've had, and then I'll save it, put it all together, and I'll upload it on YouTube. And then the other one I'll just put with the comments. We'll put it on the main page, yeah, so that we can actually see the comments. Like on the TWT 5.0 page. I don't think I'm ever allowed to do a live on that again by the looks of it, because I don't think I've been able to in like a year. Motherfuckers reporting me, but oh well. Which is crazy, because like on this page, which you would think would get the most reporting, I don't have any reporting. Anyways, I'll get it all put up on YouTube. I imagine when it goes on YouTube, there may be a response from Courtney. I'm just gonna say. So I'm gonna get a couple of bottles of wine in the fridge just in case, and yeah, we'll be able to watch it play out, I guess. But I imagine there's going to be a little bit of begging first. I'm just putting in my bets. There's going to be a little bit of begging, and then we're going to see driving past the house with the window down, singing really loud, and then I think we're going to see a shit show again. Worse than this one. I reckon worse. Anyways, I'm going to go, and I will chat to you guys on the page soon. Thanks for joining, guys.